Hello, and welcome to our lesson on project fundamentals. This segment will cover the project's early stages. Project specifications. Projects, by their nature, are unique. Because of this, the steps performed along the way can vary widely and are further complicated by variations in how individual organizations conduct work. Once begun, a project follows a planned life cycle that includes early, middle, and late concluding stages. During this life cycle, project stages can vary based on the organization's focus and the process it chooses to employ, plan-focused, cyclical, or change-focused. A project's conclusion and closing stage represents the unique result the project intended to deliver. Although the way a project starts can vary widely in different organizations, there are two elements that many project inceptions have in common: the project kickoff meeting and the project plan document. The project kickoff meeting. You have been chosen as the project's leader, met with the project sponsor, reviewed the project charter, and figured out who is on the core project team. You clearly understand why the project is essential and have a few ideas about how you would like to reach the objectives. It's time for a project kickoff meeting, because the kickoff meeting represents the first impression of the project and its team for many attendees. It is essential to be organized, relevant, and well executed. I think a well thought out meeting agenda should be present. Though a face-to-face meeting is preferable, online conferencing tools may be a viable option. Sometimes a separate meeting for the customer may be appropriate, mainly if their role in each project step will be limited. The purpose of the kickoff meeting. For many team members and stakeholders, the project kickoff meetings are their first view of the project. This meeting is intended to establish the project as a unique, time-limited effort, distinguishing it from any other projects or operational work in progress, share high-level objectives and goals, ensuring attendees understand why the project is essential, build awareness, enthusiasm, and support for the project in the minds of the team and stakeholders, introduce team members to each other, and promote cooperation and community. The members of the project team will probably be working together for an extensive period. Define team member roles and responsibilities. Communicate processes and methods the team will use. By establishing these up front, everyone will clearly understand future work and documentation expectations. Choose regular team meeting times. Establish a standard set of tools. These can relate to a product or service directly, but also to practical decisions such as where project documents will live and the preferred methods of communication to be used. Define what success means to the project and its team. Begin some foundational work planning the project. This usually means writing a high-level project plan. Project plan. Creating the project plan is the single most considerable pre-execution effort in most projects. This artifact documents gather the result of the initiation and planning phases of the project and brings it to the precipice of execution. Though it may seem daunting, it allows the leader and team to think through the project, plan it out, and document the decisions and information as they become available. Later in the project becomes a valuable tool that helps provide understanding to stakeholders and assists in bringing new team members up to speed. The project artifact term contains information about available materials, levels of technological development, and cultural exchanges with others nearby. Similarly, project artifacts allow individuals during and after the fact to ascertain information about the team, the resources, the time available, and the project status. Project plan components, executive summary. Limited to 1 page or less, this serves to quickly explain the basic why, what, who, and how to the reader. By reading this single page, someone can acquire a general understanding of the project. Some questions related to this are: why was the project initiated? What is the project supposed to accomplish? When is it supposed to begin and end, etc.? Appropriately detailed outcomes. Include as many layers as needed to define the project outcomes properly. Examples include goals, objectives, scope statements, requirements, and specifications. This section is typically written first, starting with the most abstract sections, objectives, goals, and deliverables, and moving toward more exacting details, scope statement requirements, etc. Schedule and budget information, typically written after defining the project's planned outcomes. This section lays out the expected schedule and budget information for the project. If significant materials or resources are needed to execute the project, information on choosing and procuring these items will also be included here. A resource and process management plan. This section establishes who and what the project's resources are and how they will be organized. The process and management related sections are often well established by previous projects and can often be readily copied and modified. How quality is addressed. Defining upfront how your project is going to address both process and product quality ensures that team members and stakeholders have proper expectations in this area. Stakeholder analysis and communication planning. It's essential to define who the project stakeholders are and the team's plans for communicating important project information to them at regular intervals. Consideration of risks and issues. Though we hope for ideal conditions and predictable results, the project team must consider situations where the project faces delays, shortages, or other adverse conditions. Appropriate approval and revision information. Plans and the artifacts that document them are subject to change and revision and must be visible to essential parties. Establishing procedures for managing essential changes to the project minimizes the chance of surprise stakeholders and failed project objectives. Including a revision log can clarify which version of the document a stakeholder has. In addition, including approval information specifies which parties must formally review and sign off on the plan. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss tools, planning project quality. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.